Luke concludes his Christmas narrative with verse 7. And she brought forth her firstborn son and wrapped him in swaddling clothes and laid him in a manger because there was no room for them in the inn. Now, what's important and special here is not what the baby was wrapped in, but the baby that was wrapped in those swaddling clothes. Well, hello and welcome once again to another Heart to Heart Talk with me. I'm John Kuert, the pastor at Alpha Assembly in Clarion, Pennsylvania, bringing to you this broadcast from Minneapolis, Minnesota. And it's cold up here. But this comes from the warmth of my heart, this message again, and I hope it's a blessing to you today. So here's what I want to share with you today. 3 things. First of all, wrapped in those swaddling clothes was the likeness of God. Imagine that. Think about that. Colossians 2:9 says, "For in him dwells all the fullness of the Godhead bodily." Colossians 1 says, "He is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn over all creation. For in him all things were created, things in heaven and on earth, visible and invisible, whether they be thrones or powers or rulers or authorities, all things were created by him and for him, and he is before all things." This is what's wrapped in those swaddling clothes. This little, apparently innocent baby, but behind it all, behind what we can see, is this likeness of God. In him, all the fullness of the Godhead dwell bodily. That's amazing. Secondly, wrapped in those swaddling clothes was the light of the world. John 1:4 says, "In him was the light of men." And Malachi 4:2 says, "He was the Son of righteousness who would rise with healing in his wings." And Jesus himself declared, "I am the light of the world." So think about that. This little babe, wrapped in swaddling clothes, was first of all the likeness of God, and secondly, the light of the world. And thirdly, wrapped in those swaddling clothes was life for you and me. 1 John 5:11 and 12 says, "And this is the testimony: God has given us eternal life, and this life is in his Son. He who has the Son has life, and he who does not have the Son of God does not have life." And so I'm thankful that we have both eternal life to look forward to, but abundant life here and now. And so, as you read the story once again, and perhaps many, many times, just remember that here is this little helpless baby that Mary brings forth in this manger place. And yet, in him is the likeness of God. In that tiny baby was the light of the world and life for you and me. And so that's what Christmas is really all about, folks. And I'm thankful that Jesus came, and that not only did he come into the world, I'm thankful that he has come into my heart, and I hope that he's come into yours. And if he hasn't, I pray that this Christmas season will be a new beginning for you, that you will begin to understand the immensity of the likeness of God that was born in that little baby, and that you will begin to understand and experience the light that only he can give and bring into our lives, and that you will understand that in that little baby was life. And someday that baby would grow and become a man, and then he would give his life on the cross of Calvary. But then he would be raised again unto newness of life. That same Spirit that raised Christ from the dead can quicken our mortal bodies, not only physically, but spiritually. And then he's coming again soon. I do believe that. So celebrate these things and let them have a new application in your heart and life. If you've been a Christian for a while, think about that. Think about these things. I mean, it's just phenomenal. It's awesome, and we need to be excited about it. That Jesus came, and not just as a babe, and that the fact is that he's coming again. That makes it even more powerful. So, have a great month of December. We're still early in the month, but you know what? I pray that the whole month, every day, there'll be a new revelation of who Jesus is, and that you'll have a new experience and a fresh experience. That you won't become stale, and allow the things that surround all of the holidays, all the trappings and the decorations and the music and the parties and all of that stuff will not take away from the real meaning of Christmas. Well, God bless you. Have a great day and have a great week. And Lord willing, we will see you hopefully sometime over these Christmas holidays at church, and that we can share in the celebration of this little package that was wrapped in swaddling clothes that was so much more than the eye could see. Well, God bless. We'll see you soon, Lord willing. Bye-bye.